All right, guys, get started here. Obviously we had a bye week, and we felt like we had a good week, good 2 weeks or a week and a half so far of practice. Our theme was to go back and try to work on the things we felt we needed to work on. And, one of the things that we felt, quite frankly, was that due to the injuries and a lack of depth about midway through training camp, we found ourselves really pulling back, doing a lot of scout work because we just were afraid of too many injuries. We were afraid that we couldn't take any hits. And we felt that that just didn't pay off for us, even though we were trying to, for the right reasons, trying to preserve. But this is too young and inexperienced a football team. And so it's a balancing act. And our opinion is that we need to get back and have very physical, rough practices and take a young football team and continue to develop a young football team. Obviously, the risks are very obvious what they are. The more collisions, the more you do that, the more you hold yourself open for injuries, and you got to make a decision. It's my decision as the head football coach that we're going to develop a young football team, and we're going to take our risk with that. And so we've had very spirited practices. We've had 5 full padded practices where it's been a lot of good, meaning ones versus ones. And I like the we finally got we got our backs back in. We got some of our linemen back in, and I like what I saw. But it's a work in progress, and I felt that we made progress. We're working at a higher speed as opposed to going into the game, and sometimes you get shocked by things because your practice is doesn't have that. You get an experienced veteran team. You can do those things, and probably can get away with it to a degree. So that's what we did in this week, and I'm real proud of the effort of our kids. I love the attitude of our team. I feel like they approached the week the right way. It wasn't like, hey, we're in a bye week, why are we in pads all these days? It was embracing practice, wanting to make sure that we're improving in every area, and all you can do is hope that that puts you in position to perform at a higher level. And that's all you can do. You still got to go do that on Saturday. That's yet to be determined. But I like our preparation, and I like the way we've approached it. So that's kind of where we've been. We finished a pretty physical practice this morning. I thought I saw some good improvement, and we've gotten back to basics and fundamentals. And we're very grateful that we had a bye week. Probably could have played a football game last Saturday. Would have been very difficult for us. But the bye week has given us an opportunity to get guys back in and do some of the things that we were able to do. So, as I said, hopefully that hard work will pay off. I know it will pay off. I hope it pays off this Saturday. But it's the right thing to do in the big picture as we move forward, because it's all about the development of a young football team. That's what it is. And so I feel good about our plan. Hopefully we stay healthy in that plan. And that's how we're going to proceed. Penn State, I watch them on tape. I think their defense is outstanding. Obviously, that's where I put my emphasis early. I watch a lot of defensive tape. I think their interior players, Daquan Jones and Jordan Hill, are outstanding. I think their ends are very athletic. I like their linebackers, Michael Baudy. Those guys are all over the field. They play relentlessly. I think they've done a great job of getting their guys to play really hard. I'm impressed with that. On offense, I think the quarterback, McGloin, seems very comfortable in the offense. He seems like each week he's improving. I like their offensive line. I think they have a really good front. The kid, Allen Robinson, the receiver, is a real productive player. I think they've been in 3 real, hard football games, and I think each week I see that team, playing harder and harder, and that's a credit to Coach O'Brien and his staff. So whatever notion that sometimes you hear about out there, I can only tell you I think we're playing an outstanding football team. It's Penn State. They've got great players. They've lost some players, but they've got a lot of great players, and they look pretty darn good to me. I'm very impressed, actually. So as we roll into that stadium, it's going to be a big time game, and it's going to be a game where we're going to have to play at a very high level, both from the standpoint of physicalness, but really at execution. We're going to have to be really high as we go into play that football game, because we're playing a really good football team, and that's not coach talk. That's just the facts. So that's where we are. And the kids are excited about doing that, and like I said, our preparation's been good. So, we're anxious to. We got another tough day tomorrow, so I'm anxious to keep improving. And, I told our team, I said, we got one deal going in here. We're going to play as hard as we can play and play as clean as we can play. And by clean, I mean execution being at a high level. That's our goal. And we're going to, that's it. We've had a great back to basics. I feel good about fundamentally getting back to who we are. I feel much better about that, because I really didn't, deep in my heart, it was bothering me. I know what I'm used to. I know I'm used to hard inside drills. I know I'm used to, hard run periods. And I feel better now that I've at least seen that at practice. Now I feel better about that. Now, we still have to go get it all done. So it remains to be seen. Any questions?
Can you build on how tough you played them last year, almost beating them, and just the confidence you gained against them?
To be honest with you, that's never come up. I think the reason is I really, frankly, don't care about last year. And, this is it was funny you mentioned that. I was talking to our staff. I mean, this is a 2012 team, and it's a different team. And we have to have a different approach. And that's what it's all about. And it's about development. It's about trying to find out what 2012 is going to do best, the best way to maximize who we are. And that's what we've been straining to do as a staff right now. So really, last year is irrelevant to me because it's a different game with different people. And I think they understand. I want them to completely understand the type of team they're playing, which in my opinion is an outstanding team that plays really hard. And I think that's a team that's really bonded well together. And so that's my message to them. Outside of that, it's all about doing a great job being who we are. And I got to tell you, I think we're still in the process of defining who we are, and, for a lot of reasons. One of which is just a vast amount of injuries that we've had. And it's incredible to me that you could not have an offensive line that was lean to begin with, not work together really, truthfully, since the first day of full pads when we put them on, when Witt got a high ankle sprain. And so you're trying to define, okay, what will we do great up front? It's hard to define that. And then you're trying to take care of guys who are banged up and they don't practice, and you don't really get a clear picture of that. I think that's evolving right now, but I'd be less than honest with you to tell you that I have that exactly right now, because we just got 2 linemen back today. So, I mean, I need to see that better working together to figure that out. So I'm sorry I long-winded your question, but to be honest with you, I had to give you that because that's why my focus isn't on last year. You know what I mean? My focus is solely on what do we have to do to play the best right now, because it's such a different team right now.
Who are the 2 guys you got back on the line?
It was Sean Boyle and Witt. Okay. Yeah. So, they're back in today, and, it's nice to see them back in. Because what happens is you got to get some gel. Otherwise you got a problem over here and it affects it over here, and there's no cohesiveness. There's no gel. There's nothing going like that. And you need to do that. Otherwise, what happens is you start hunting and pecking for plays, and it's never really good. You never get anything started that way.
What about Jamin Newman? Is he back?
Jamin's still working through that right now. He's still working. He's still working.
What was Sean's deal? Was it a shoulder again or something?
Sean's, it's just dinged up. You just get dinged up, and you don't have tremendous depth. It's all a byproduct of that. It's what it is, and it's football.
How about Montel?
Looked good, doing well. Nice to see all that firing. Nice to see Matt Brown firing. Nice to see that back. But hey, everybody's going through it. It's not like I'm up here, woe is me. I mean, everybody's going through that. We just had a lack of depth to begin with. So that's why that surfaces so quickly.